Good morning. Today we're going to cover Module 5, Lesson 1. We're going to be taking notes, so please make sure if you need to stop the video to write the notes down, please do. So yesterday we started talking about area of parallelograms. Today we're going to actually take notes on it. And there's one more thing that we have to cover before you get started, and that's perpendicular lines. Talked about it really quick, but perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect to form right angles. So here's a line, and there's a line. They intersect where they cross. It's an intersection, and where they intersect, they create a right angle. So that we know that this line and this line are perpendicular when that forms a 90-degree angle. Those are perpendicular lines. So now we're going to move right into solving some problems. And the one thing that I really want to establish is a review from last year. Defining the area of a rectangle, which we did last year. Area equals base times height, because it's the base times the height. This is the base, this is the height. That will tell you the area in here. That's our review. So area equals base times height. Moving on. Let's go to parallelograms. So our first problem here, what I want you to do in every problem, when we come to it, I want you to write. We're trying to find the area of the parallelogram. So write the formula. It's A equals B, base, times H, which is the height. Then, now let's just fill in some numbers here. My base is going to be this line down here. This one down here. And we know that that's 6. So we don't know the area yet. So we're going to keep A as the area equals 6 centimeters. Make sure you write down centimeters, because it's not just 6. It's actually 6 centimeters. Times the height. Now we have two numbers to play with here. It's the 5 or the 4, which is this one over here. Now 5 goes from the bottom to the top, but it's not a vertical line. It's actually 5 is the length of the side, but not the height. The height is this perpendicular line that goes from the bottom to the top. It's vertical. It forms perpendicular lines. That the right angle shows us there. So the height of this is 4 centimeters. Not just 4, because 4 is just a number. 4 centimeters is actually a length, and that's what we want to know. So now let's multiply the like terms. Area equals, and our like terms are 6 and 4. So that would be 6 times 4, right? And what's our other one? What are the other things that we need to worry about? Well, we didn't do centimeters yet. So it would be centimeters times centimeters. So that's going to equal, well, 6 times 4 is 24. And centimeters times centimeters is going to be centimeters squared. Because remember, 2 times 2 is the same as 2 squared. 3 times 3 is 3 squared. So centimeters times centimeters is going to be centimeters squared. That's how you do these problems. We're going to set the next one. Next one is B. A equals B times H. And let's fill in our numbers. Area equals, or my base is going to be the bottom, 25. And my height is going to be 8, because it goes from the bottom to the top in a vertical perpendicular line, times 8. Whoops, I did something wrong. You guys should have told me that. It's 25 centimeters times, made another mistake. Either I'm slowing down or you guys aren't catching it. It's 25 meters times 8 meters. That's going to give us, and I'm going to let you solve that in a minute. Let's set up our last problem on this page. Area equals base times height. And we don't know area yet, so area equals, the base is 12 feet times 7 feet. And I want you to fill that in. Moving on really quick to the next part. In this section, it says draw and label the height. All I want you to do is I want you to understand that the height can be here. Draw a dashed line if you can, draw a dashed line. It can also be out here. If I wanted to, I could extend this line even further and then draw my height here. It doesn't say where it has to be, but it has to go from the base to the top in a straight line. If I make my base longer, I can go up until I hit the top. Either one of these works. So in this one over on B, it could be here. It could be here. There's many places to measure for height. Okay, this one over here. This one, you kind of have to go, because if I went from the base, I wouldn't reach the top there. So I'd kind of have to bring my line over and bring it down. In this case, this is my height. The measurement from here to here is my height. My base is here, not all of this stuff. This is not my base. The base is just where the lines are. So this is the base, and this is the height. Last problem we're going to work on. Oops, didn't want to do that. Ignore that. Bottom problem here. If the area of a parallelogram is 35/42 centimeters squared, and the height is 1/7 centimeters, write the equation. Well, we know the equation is going to be A equals B times H. We know this. So let's fill in our information. The area, they just told me, is right here. So 35/42 centimeters squared equals, we don't know the base, so we're going to put B there, times, but we do know the height, 1/7 centimeters. So here's our equation. And then it says solve it. So we have a multiplication problem that is missing one of our factors. So we know we need to divide. So it's going to be, we know that we have our dividend now. So it's going to be 35/42 divided by 1/7. Okay? And we know, change flip, 35/42 divided by times 7 firsts equals something. I am going to cross simplify. That's going to become a 6. That's going to become a 1. And that's going to equal, now I'm going to multiply numerator straight across. It gives me 35/6. And I'm going to make that into mixed numbers. 6 goes into 35 5 times. And that means I'm taking 30 away, so there's 5 left. And then there's 6. But now I need to add the unit. If I have centimeters squared divided by centimeters, isn't that kind of saying centimeters times centimeters divided by centimeters? Look at this problem for a minute. If we know anything about cross simplification, can't I just cross those two out? Because if I have centimeters squared and centimeters, I'm going to need centimeters here. So I have centimeters left. Centimeters. That is the solution to this problem. This is the equation. This is the math that goes with it. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed watching. Don't subscribe. I'm not that important. Bye.